I'm Little Dan, and I'm here with Yari and Timu.
Hey guys, how's it going?
So, you guys have put a lot of questions to us, and I apologise in advance if I mispronounce anyone's username, because some of you guys do have some usernames which are very English, you know. So, yeah, shall we crack on? First question comes from Manta Ray, who's asked, any Finnish guitar players and bands that you like or respect? It doesn't have to be metal.
Yeah, there's a lot. Let me think. All the Children of Bodom guys, legendary.
Timo Tolkkias, songwriter.
Yeah, Matthias from Stradivarius. Not really a metal guy that much, but he does some metal as well. Mika Tyyska, instrumental guitarist, one of my favorites.
Yeah, his, what was it called? Steve, I think.
Mr. Fastfinger.
That's great.
Yeah, there's a lot.
This next username is an interesting one. Tesco brand pork sausages, that's the username, has asked,
right.
What's the writing process like from start to finish? Is it starting out with small riff ideas, then expanding on it until you're happy, or do you hear what you want in your head and then work back from there?
Yeah, very much the first. First there's like riffs, melodies, chords and melodies. I usually start with, I sit on the couch and just play chords and hum melodies. Usually that way I first come up with little ideas and riffs. And then I record them to my iPhone and kind of store them to my riff library, kind of in folders, what the style is. And then later I start to finding those riffs and putting them together in a Cubase project. And nowadays I'm actually using like a Superior Drummer, the Odin plugin, and the Loki bass plugin. And it's very easy to kind of put pieces together and kind of change, like I'm gonna change this verse, to here and put this chorus here. So I kind of build it that way. And when I make a melody or something, I kind of already feel the style of the melody, or and I kind of imagine what kind of the orchestration or what kind of synth sounds should be on top of that riff or melody. And then later I start to find those synth sounds, and sometimes it's really hard to find those sounds because there's like, for example, in Omnisphere there's like thousands of patches, so that sometimes takes a lot of time. And sometimes you find sounds that like are like happy accidents, like wow, this is a really cool sound, I'm gonna use this one. So that's usually the process.
This next question's from a guy called Boxpug. It's for Yari. He's asked, do you have a specific procedure for composing songs, or is it different every time inspiration strikes you and you come up with an idea?
Well, it's pretty much the same like I just described. First I start with small ideas and just build it from there. But there's, different ways occasionally. Like I can come up with like one verse of lyrics, and then I start to, try to compose music around that lyric. But that happens, not so often. So usually it's just music first, and then I feel the music and what the lyrics could be on top of that.
So,
and sometimes I can, just find a really cool synth sound and, write a riff on top of that. But usually it's just the guitar and build it from there.
So the next question is one that you're definitely expecting. It's from Zorch 2000 has asked, when will Time 2 be released?
I don't know.
Yeah, so we're all expecting that.
But it's on the works. Like I have also several other Wintersun projects in the works. So it just kind of depends how the production, kind of the sounds go, and but I'm also mixing time too at the moment. But it's a quite difficult project with the computer CPU power and the mixing conditions. It's a hell of a challenge. But it's sounding pretty good already. But not still totally happy with it. But we'll see.
Metal Medic has asked, can we expect a UK tour?
Hopefully soon. Unfortunately, not this year, but and after this year, we're planning to take some more time to finish those projects in the works, and then when the next album comes out, then I think we're gonna do a bit more extensive touring again. So hopefully, again in UK after a bit of a break. So it would be nice to get back.
Yeah, we have to take a little break. We did 112 shows. Still gonna do 10 this summer, and we have to write and or make new music and release a new album.
I saw you guys at Bloodstock the other year, and
yeah, hopefully we can come there soon.
Yeah, I know there's some guys definitely want you back.
Yeah, we've always loved Bloodstock.
The next person's called Shelf, and has asked, "Where's your favourite place to write music?"
At home. What about you?
Yeah. Usually in front of the own comfortable home studio setup. That's where you have all the tools. That's usually kind of the easiest place. But sometimes you also kind of when you're away from that setup, it's also nice to just imagine the music in your head. When you take a walk or something and kind of do the writing inside your mind.
Yeah, when you go out, it can really clear your mind, and when you get back, you get ideas. If you walk in the forest or something, then you might come up with ideas, and when you get back home, then instantly pick up the guitar. But usually, it's just at home when I work the best when I'm bored and there's nothing in my schedule, relaxed place.
The next question is from Lund. He's asked for Jari. You've been seen endorsing Ibanez guitars for a while, but how did you find out about Demonez guitars, and what made you endorse them?
Was it in 2011 when we were touring in the UK?
Let me think. I think it was
and
2013.
We met Dylan.
13, I think.
Yeah, we met Dylan and we came to Bristol and went to check out his place. A few guitars. That was the first introduction. Then later on, I needed a specific guitar, and I asked Dylan, could he make this specific guitar for me? I was gonna pay and everything, basically just a Demon's order, because Ibanez couldn't do that specific guitar for me. So, but then Dylan said no, you don't have to pay anything. I will build this guitar for you. I was like, holy shit, that's amazing. And then little by little, we became good friends, and and then he made the first guitar for me, the Forest guitar, and it was really, really great guitar. But that wasn't actually the specific guitar I had in mind. He's actually doing that guitar for me right now. It's for a future project. Well, actually, he's doing two guitars, but it's gonna be the same guitar but different woods.
One guitar's never enough, is it?
No. I gotta have many, like them have.
Jonathan's asked, what music did you grow up listening to?
For me, it was Iron Maiden, and that was kind of the first one that got me into metal. Manowar was in the beginning, and a lot of power metal back in the day. Stratovarius, Sonata Arctica, all those bands. Those were kind of the first ones that got me into metal, and then a lot of more guitar player bands that had really good guitar players. The solo guys, Steve Vai and Joe Satriani and Yngwie Malmsteen, but then also more kind of Dream Theater and this kind of bands with a lot of technical playing.
For me, it started with Kiss and Wasp, and also Little Twisted Sister. Then, like when I was 6, 8 years old, and then came a little phase. I listened to a lot of pop and even some rap music. And then when I was 14 or something, my friend Oliver, he got a guitar and he was learning these Metallica riffs, and I was like, wow, that's really cool. And then I started playing guitar myself and started listening to Metallica, Megadeth, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, like those basic heavy metal bands. Then I started listening more like black metal, death metal music, Dissection, At the Gates, Dark Tranquillity. Then I started listening to more folkish bands, Einherjar. When I joined Ensiferum, also listened to a lot of Fintroll, what else? Turisas, Finnish bands, Amorphis. Also, I listened to power metal, Stratovarius, Rhapsody. Just I have a lot of CDs, and after that, let's see. Of course, Devin Townsend. That was a big influence. Really blew my mind, especially the album Infinity. And nowadays, I just listen to basically electronic music, like Carpenter Brut and stuff like that. Retro synthwave stuff. And also some pop and techno music. Trance.
It's like a progression of most metalheads. It's the same sort of story. You start out with like kind of Iron Maiden kind of vibe, Metallica, that sort of thing, and then you find your niche, and you like say power metal or things like that, and then it just expands from there. Seems most people go on a very similar journey.
Yeah, and also I love a lot of like movie soundtracks and stuff like that.
The next question is from Gaming Metal Mouse, who asks, do you still suffer from the stage fright from time to time?
Sure. But the more you do it, the kind of easier it gets. But there's always stage fright, which it's a kind of good thing. Keeps you, sharp.
Would you say the first show of the tour would be worse than like the halfway through?
And of course, the more you practice, the more prepared you are, the less less fright there will be.
Yeah.
Next one's from Syndicated. He's asked Timu, as a guitar teacher, do you get a lot of requests to teach just Wintersun licks and riffs?
Yeah, sure. There's a lot of people who want to learn Wintersun stuff, but often it's also it's more than just that. Sometimes we use a Wintersun song as a kind of a starting point or as an example to dive more into different kind of technical or musical ideas, practical theory, and relate it to a song that the student already knows. It can be Wintersun or any other band. There's also a lot of students that not even necessarily know Wintersun, but know me from somewhere else and just want to learn about specific picking technique or something like that, and then I try to introduce Wintersun to them as well.
The next question, is from Manta Ray. They've asked, what are some gear differences between the two of you? For example, does one of you like a certain amp pickup EQ that the other one dislikes?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think we have somewhat similar taste, but there's also some other some things that one maybe likes more than the other. Like
I think Teemu likes more middle sound. I like more scooped sound.
Yeah, that's true. I've played more passive pickups, whereas Jari has played more active pickups. I've also played active pickups, but I maybe play a little bit more varied range of music in terms of more like blues and more kind of clean sound type of stuff, where I think Jari is
all in metal for me.
Very metal. But yeah, in general,
I think we both like Mesa Boogie sound.
Yeah, we both like Mesa Boogies. We both like fast necks and low action, and we play the same pick and somewhat similar technique, and there's a lot of similarities as well.
We both love the Nameless plugin.
Yeah, the neural DSP
love
stuff in general.
tight, fast metal sounds.
Sweet.
A lot of pick attack.
Next up, we've got a question from Fetus Deletus, who's asked, what's the weirdest thing that's happened on tour? So it's an odd question, weirdest, because it's how you define weird, isn't it?
Yeah, because what's weird for us can be not weird for someone else.
Yeah.
Well, maybe, Japan was a bit weird compared to other countries.
Yeah.
Like the fan enthusiasm, and they brought a lot of gifts and stuff, but that's not really weird, that's just kind of different.
Yeah.
Weird.
Trying to think like something totally shocking or something, but...
Or if there's a particularly memorable moment, would probably be a good one.
Yeah. One show that kind of is memorable was, well, I don't actually remember what specific show that was, but what happened was we cut our power. I think it was our stage guy at the time stepped on the power cord or something, and we lost the power for like for.
Was it
for
the
a
US
minute.
tour?
I think it was the US tour, the first US tour we did.
Baltimore or something?
I'm not sure about
Close to New
the
York.
city. Yeah, if somebody remembers, then they can maybe send us a message.
It was middle of winter.
Yeah, it was that tour, I think, but I don't remember what song it was. But I remember it was mid-song, like
Everything just went dark.
Yeah, the sound just disappeared, and we thought that maybe it was the venue that they had like a power break or something. But then after the set, we learned that it was just our stage guy like stepped on the main power cord.
It's not been like really any weird stuff.
Yeah.
Not yet, anyway.
Yeah.
Next question's from Goon. He's asked, do you or Nuclear Blast intend on reissuing the first 2 albums on vinyl?
We have been thinking about that, and yeah, let's see what's gonna happen. There's been some discussion with them about it.
Might be. We'll see.
Maybe. The next guy's username, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it, so I'm just going to go with the start of his name. It's got 3 words in it. It's Med. I'm going to say Med. Med asks, now you've made the acoustic version of Loneliness, have you considered doing an acoustic album or live show?
Yeah, it's been in our mind to do something like that, but it's always like a bit hassle.
I think we've been thinking about it for a longer time to kind of add maybe 2-3 acoustic songs to the set. That would be nice, but then we'd have to do arrangements of older songs for acoustic, which you've been working on some little.
We need Evertune for acoustic guitars first. The Loneliness was already like really pain in the ass to record. But it would be fun to do some acoustic stuff. I sometimes play acoustic at home.
Yeah.
In the cabin with friends, so it's really fun. We'll see.
The next question is it's almost a meme at this point. Fran77 asks, any plans on touring South America?
Yes, we've been wanting to go there for a long time, but we don't know yet. Is it like possible money-wise? Because we don't know yet how much fans there are.
It's the typical come to Brazil meme, where it's just constantly...
Oh yeah. Come to Chile.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be really cool to go there, but the just right opportunity hasn't represented itself quite yet, so we're still waiting for a good chance to go there.
Hopefully during the next album.
Yeah.
Wysky has asked, does Jari play any of the synths or orchestration himself to the albums with keyboard, or are they just MIDI programmed?
Mostly just MIDI program. I just draw lines to the piano roll. Sometimes I used to have this drum machine, I played that, but then I of course arranged the notes more better in the piano roll. And now I have this like really small line 6 MIDI keyboard. Sometimes I play and improvise with that, but then I, quantize all the notes perfectly to the piano roll. But there's never any kind of performances played.
Next is Insomnium, and they've asked, how will the production of future Wintersun albums change once you reach your funding goal and manage to build your own studio? Can we expect albums to be released with more frequency than in the past?
Well, that is the plan. To get, better gear, to get the production faster and better.
Yeah, I think like what you said earlier, that you work the best when you're totally stress-free. I think that's one big part of the thing, that when everything is kind of, when you have the facility and you have the tools like available at any time, then it's much more stress-free in general.
Yeah, I have already so many projects. It's like feels like, will I ever get this done? But the point is to build those facilities or that studio to work on those projects and get them out as fast as possible. But I don't want to like compromise until the albums have the right sound.
Lots of bands who have written, like they've spent months in a studio writing, and then actually now I've got to do production, have been able to do that when they owned their own studio, because it just you've got the time, the money, you're not spending so much, you're not worried about restraints on time.
Yeah, but now thanks to our fans with the crowdfunding, we are already building kind of semi-studio to my home, so that already is helping a lot.
Next up's Motorhead fan Joe. He's asked, what type of stuff inspires you to write new songs?
Well, I love a lot of sci-fi movies and, any movies basically that have a good soundtrack, good plot, and makes you think. That's always inspiring.
Yeah, many forms of art. Sometimes a cool painting, just looking at that, and I think just in general, for me, just seeing people who are very good at what they do, that's sometimes really inspiring. That can be sports or whatever they do, what they are good at. That kind of feels like I want to kind of push myself to be better as well and write something cool.
Yeah, beautiful images and movies and soundtracks really get your imagination flying, gets you inspired. And also, for me, just you get in front of good amp and good cabinet and get a good guitar sound. That's really amazing feeling and gets you inspired.
Yeah, sounds can be definitely really inspiring. Even if you have a few different guitars and you switch from guitar to another one, you can have totally different kinds of stuff coming out.
Yeah.
The next question is from Lacey, who's asked, Yari, the Night and Universe play a strong role in many of the songs created for Wintersun, such as Star Child, Winter Madness and Sleeping Stars. Do those elements hold any personal meaning or important symbolism to you? The way you capture its celestial beauty with such moving and powerful music is fascinating.
Well, I'm just fascinated about, this whole thing called life. What the hell is this thing? And space and, everything. So just constantly thinking about things like that. And I don't know. And, nighttime, snowfall, beautiful landscapes and, seasons and things like that really, blow your mind and get your inspiration, imagination flowing. Because life can be really amazing sometimes.
The next one's from Rourke Hawk. This is for Timu.
Yep.
Although most Winston songs are challenging, is there any one in particular you would consider the hardest to play live from a guitarist's point of view? Also, is there any one that gave you the most trouble as a whole band to nail together?
Well, there's little technical challenges almost in every song, but The most challenging, probably in the current set list, there's one called The New Song. That's a lot of fun to play, but also a few challenging spots. And also Beautiful Day is something that we haven't played that much, which is maybe is making it a little bit more challenging than some of the songs that we played almost at every gig. So those two probably stand out for me. For the whole band, I remember back in the day the Star Child Meshuggah part was kind of hard to nail with the whole band, but that has gotten a lot better since we got the in-ear monitoring working. I don't know, anything else for the whole band?
For me, it's the most challenging are the songs that has the most singing and the most high scream rasp voices. Those are always taxing.
So I'm looking at the next username, thinking how do I pronounce this? It's Quul. I don't know. QWL. It's weird. This person has asked, what do you do when you're having a bad day?
Nothing. Maybe just take it easy and go outside or something. Watch a movie.
Yeah, going out and just trying to freshen up your mind. Sometimes doing a bit of sports makes you think clearer, or sometimes it's also nice if you're feeling, if something is worrying you and you're you're down otherwise, then just do something that kind of something totally different that gets your thoughts away for a while. Like for me, guitar has always been the kind of getaway as well. Just to start playing guitar.
Guitar always helps.
You kind of forget a lot of the real world things that might not feel good.
For me, bad day is usually only when I'm physically tired. Because I think my physics are so connected to the mind. So if I'm physically feeling good, this not usually ever bad days.
Next up is Yaroslav. He's asked, Yari, have you considered working / collaborating with artists from different genres?
Sure, I have considered it, but I don't know. I'm used to work alone so much, so I don't know, but I've always loved the idea of guest musicians and like we've done these choir sessions and stuff like that. So that's always fun. So we'll see what the future will bring. I would like to have like more real like orchestral instruments, like some, like for example real erhu or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Would you like that as a stage show as well with orchestra?
I don't know if we have the money for that.
yeah, it is. It's just a budget.
But like some erhu player or like a female soprano voice or something like that would be really cool.
Kajura has asked, what's the best show you've ever had?
I don't know about the best show, but we had really cool shows the last tour. LA was good, New York was good, then Montreal and Toronto was good, but unfortunately Asim couldn't be at those shows due to visa problems. But those shows were really cool, thanks to the fans. They went really crazy and filled up the venue.
Yeah, those were great. Also, I think Tuska Festival is always really nice. What else? When we played Carmageddon Festival in Norway last time, I think that was really cool as well. Now we're going there in a week, so.
Last Helsinki Nosturi show was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'll be seeing you guys out. I think you're playing Rock the Coast, if that's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope fingers crossed I'm going to be there. I've booked flights already.
Cool.
So I'm hoping, given I know it's going to be very, very hot, I hope that's, I hope they've got some kind of fans on stage or something, because it's going to be ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I look forward to that one.
Cool.
Sam666 has asked, who will be playing drums on the 15th anniversary shows?
We were planning to announce this in 2 days when we have the rehearsals.
Okay, fair enough.
Should we?
I guess it's no secret. Kai will be not, unfortunately, to play these shows. We still have night rehearsals and recordings. So Heikki, who was playing us with the last time on the US tour and other shows, he will continue as a session drummer at these shows. He's been rehearsing really hard and sounds excellent so far, what he's doing.
Yeah.
He adds his own little spices here and there.
The comments are going mental at the minute in main chat. The guys are going crazy. The next username is... Yeah, the next username is a bit something, so I'm going to say Todd. Todd has asked, I have a question concerning the track Devotion from Nuclear Blast All Stars. Was the whole song written by you, or did you collaborate with someone to write it?
Actually, me and Jukka only wrote the lyrics, and then I did only the vocal arrangements and sang on top of that. The song was, who was it? It was the Soilworks guitar player or someone. I don't even remember, it was so long time ago. But yeah, basically I just did the song vocal arrangements and sang.
It's the last one of the pre-prepared questions. There's people have asked a couple more, but Susan has asked, does pineapple belong on pizza?
Yes.
Hell no. It's like putting ketchup in ice cream. Same thing. Doesn't work.
Never heard of that.
Can't mix salt with sugar.
Yeah.
I think it works. Pineapple on pizza. Ketchup and ice cream, not so much.
Well, you're a pervert.
There's a question from the Wintersun Japan fan page. They've asked, how many new merch are there for the 15th anniversary live shows?
We have quite a few new designs. We did the fan contest. There's the fan contest, and then we have maybe 3 or 4 other ones.
Yeah, 3 or 4.
Yeah.
There's gonna be Winter Madness t-shirt.
Yeah.
Hoodie as well.
Did we order hoodie?
I think so.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Would you ever consider making hot pants?
We actually had hot pants back in 2012 or 13. Yeah, but not this time.
And a couple of designs were designed by the same guy who did the Forest Seasons album cover. So they're really cool designs. The Winter Madness design is actually like a prequel to the debut album cover. What happened before the guy is laying on the snow. And there's also Death and the Healing shirt.
Got Death and the Healing. We've got what else do we have? Star Child.
Beautiful Death.
And Beautiful Death. Yeah.
Some cool designs.
Continue with the 15th anniversary show. Christina's asked, would there be a DVD or Blu-ray release?
I don't know. We have a lot of show material filmed at our tours. We'll see what we'll do with them. We've been thinking about some like website thing where people could subscribe or buy the shows with low price or something like that. We'll see. We haven't really planned and still would need to be edited, stuff like that. But at some point we are planning to release some of the shows.
Jack of Hearts has asked, will you be still releasing material whilst the studio is being built?
Well, it depends if we are releasing definitely new album before the studio is built. I'm working on several albums at the moment, but we'll see what will be the album that's going to be released. I don't know yet.
Yeah, and just to clarify that, we can only start actually building the studio once we have all the funds gathered for it. So.
And probably when the studio is being built, we'll probably do some touring at that point. If we release album, then we get the money to build the studio. So building the studio at the same time when we're touring.
The next question is from I Love You All, who's asked, you have been trying to create Time 2 for many years now. Is there ever a point where you have to kind of force yourself to finish projects, whether the mood and inspiration has passed on the one that you're working on? Would you rather work on new stuff instead of Time 2, or are you just as excited to finish Time 2 as you were 10 years ago, even though it's taken this long to complete?
Well, I am more excited at the moment to work on new stuff, but there's, weeks or days when I really feel inspired again to work with Time 2, and I've been improving it all the time. But there's still, I'm still not happy with the guitar sound, and mixing all the orchestration is really pain in the ass with all the CPU and my mixing room and stuff like that. So really hoping that Apple would release a new Mac Pro this year. So it would be easier to mix that record.
Wintersun UK Esp has asked, will Asim stay just a live guitarist, or will he play on the future Wintersun albums?
We'll see. I've usually recorded the albums myself, but I definitely want to give Asim and Teemu something to play in the future. And it's not always, it's fun and, doing everything yourself. It's cool to get other people have their styles and, on the album. And of course, it can be a lot of work to do everything yourself, and it can be faster if I just let Asim and Teemu do some of the parts.
Wintersun is Life has asked, is there anything that annoys you about Wintersun fans?
Not really, no.
A lot of people think that, repeated questions about Time 2 would annoy us, but I don't think
that don't really annoy me.
We've kind of gone past that point, and it's more of we can take it with humor.
Yeah, you expect it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
maybe if someone is more like overbearing, is that the right word? Like they don't treat us. There's been a few cases, like we are like some show animals in a cage, like do stuff for me.
I've just been sent a message that says, ask if he had €1 for every time someone asked about Time 2, would you have enough to build a studio?
I don't know, maybe not, but I would definitely be rich.
I Hate Choosing a Name, that's a good choice there, has asked, what's currently your favourite album and band, and what smaller or new band would you suggest to listen to?
It's hard to say. I usually just listen to Spotify and picked up songs from there. I don't even know the artists or the song names. Oh, let me check. Oh, fuck, my phone is recording. What was that one band? It was kind of this retro synthwave stuff. Yeah, I don't even remember.
Yeah, that's the thing with Spotify, is you can put it on a playlist and then you hear some really good stuff and you kind of forget what it was called.
I usually go for a jog in the forest and listen to Spotify radio, and there's some cool song coming, and I just put it on my playlist.
Yeah, for me, recently this Finnish group called Ellipse, they have a couple of songs out in Spotify as well. I'm really looking forward to their upcoming album.
We've got I Love You All has asked, they've said, I know it's been asked many times, but would you honestly consider remastering Immemorial? It would be really smart in he asks about how it's such a good idea.
I don't know, there's Immemorial is not just me, it was mine and Oliver's project. So I would have to talk with him what he thinks about it.
He also asks, what's your favourite Immemorial song?
Fly into the Sky. I don't know. I don't even remember them all. at the moment. I actually loved that Oliver song. Was it? Oh, it was. What was that song name? Goes in A minor. Fast song. Power metal song. I don't know.
The Wintersun UK has asked a stupid one, but fans are wondering, so I must ask: what has happened to the original Dragon shirt with the short sleeves that you performed in during 2012 and 2013 tours? Do you still have it?
Yeah, I still have it somewhere. I don't know if I fit in it anymore. Too many muscles. But now I have the long sleeve. I used them live at our friends from EMC have a custom design for us.
Fantastic.
So I really love those shirts.
Boxpug has asked, does Jari have perfect pitch?
No. But it's my pitch has been getting better throughout the years, especially the more you do music, your ear develops, and also I think auto-tune has helped a lot in a sense that when you listen to today's music, it's so auto-tuned to death, so it's always perfectly in pitch, so your ear kind of gets used to that sound, and then when you hear kind of a little bit out of tune notes, you immediately pick that up. And also now when you play Evertune guitars, it also helps with your pitch because the guitar is always in tune, so you have to kind of follow that with your voice also.
This guy I Love You All's asked a lot of good ones. He's asked, do you ever feel like the big reason you're not more popular than you are is because most people underappreciate the complexity of your music? And he continues on to then follow up with and did
It's kind of marginal genre, I think.
yeah, it is a niche, isn't it? And did the amount of hatred you received for the last crowdfunder campaign surprise you?
There was first a little bit of it, but then it kind of cooled down very fast when we did all the videos explaining everything in detail, so people understood what we were kind of doing. It was not anything like begging money or anything like that. It wasn't donation or anything like that. We were just basically selling our album through the crowdfunding process.
A lot of the haters have probably forgotten about it by now.
Yeah, I haven't heard much anything.
Yeah, but the original question, does it surprise us that we're at this point and not somewhere else in popularity? Popularity in general, that's I think a sum of so many things, and luck is always a big ingredient as well, and being in the right place at the right time. And Wintersun's journey has been pretty unique from the beginning, I think, so it's kind of hard to compare to other bands. So I don't think we're thinking too much about popularity. We just try to do our thing and
Yeah, we just gotta release more music and hope for the best.
Yeah.
To gain more fans.
V today. What's this? V, just V. Any plans for guest appearances on future albums?
Maybe, hopefully. I don't know yet. We'll have to see. That's it. I don't know yet.
A lot of questions coming in, running a bit thin. Wintersun is Life has asked, Jari, do you like Ola England?
Yeah. I haven't met him personally. Just wrote him in Facebook and email a couple of times. Great guy. Ordered a few Solar guitars from him. He has been asking me for do the coffee with Ola, so we'll see when that will happen.
SS1 has asked, do you sketch album cover on paper to show it to the artist?
No, I didn't get that, sorry.
Do you sketch album cover, album art on paper to show it to the artist, like to give an idea?
No, but I usually have an idea for the album cover and I try to explain it in words.
Are they then given free rein to come up with what it looks like, and then it gets presented to you?
Usually they come up with their own ideas as well, And sometimes I love the ideas, sometimes no. So we kind of work on that.
Yeah, and often you have like a lot of specific like references, like this and this color is cool, and check out this image and this little bit of this style and mix it with this and stuff like that.
There can be like few specific things that I need to be there, but then he can kind of do stuff around that and come up with their own ideas.
Manta Ray has asked, since you're a big lover of EMGs, why are you not on EMG TV? Would you like to be? Would you be open to it?
Sure, if we're in the US at the moment. So we'll see what happens.
Hates Magician Sheep. That's an interesting name. Is there anything you can't play on the guitar? Is there anything you want to learn on the guitar?
I would love to learn more economy picking. Yeah,
there's always new stuff to learn. I think the more you learn, the more you realize there is still to learn. It's a never-ending thing, and that's what makes it interesting for me as well. There's always cool new players and cool new styles that you can learn some cool tricks from.
Jelly's with an M, that's a weird username. What is the one beer?
Does he mean the brand or what?
I don't know.
Or does he mean what does the joke mean?
I guess the inside joke.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of inside joke, because usually when Finnish people, they say, let's go for one beer. and it's never one beer. But we are talking like we are going for one brand of beer. So we can drink one brand of beer the whole night.
Eldritch Dark has asked, do you remember the Wintersun is Coming to New York guy?
Yes,
sure.
We met him at the New York show. And he actually bought my live shirt.
Yeah, and he was doing a guitar lesson with me as well.
Yeah, he was cool.
Also in this room. He came to Finland and
really?
was doing a lesson here and then in New York as well.
So I think we'll call this next one the last question. This is from Lund. He's asked, how far out in the forest have you walked just to get a good band picture?
How what?
How far have you walked out into the forest just to get a good band photo?
I know the forest where I went isn't like so big, but I've been walking there. Maybe you can walk there maybe 10 kilometers or something like that, or 15. But when I was taking photos for the Forest Seasons album, there was some like 5-hour walks. Even when I took the photos for Loneliness in the winter, it was like not -10, but like -7, 8, something like that. And I was like 5 hours outside walking in knee-deep snow. So after I came back home, I was destroyed. But I got some really great photos.
That's awesome. I'd love the chance to actually get out into a forest in winter.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. Thanks for your time, guys. Thanks to everyone who's listening in and submitted questions.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. And
I'd love to also thank Mika for helping organise it all, and also Wolfie and our mod team as well, who've been doing a lot of the admin stuff behind the scenes and helping out and all that. Because you guys are all awesome. Thank you very much. Cheers, guys.
Thank you, everyone.
Cheers.
Guys, take care.
All right. Bye. Have a great summer.
Bye.